Hey fam, I'm back. Still haven't washed my hair and rebraided it, but let's get talking. I don't give a rat's behind whether Ivanka likes Melania or whatever the hell is going on in the Trump inner circle. This is what we need to know. Right now, your votes are being you're having there is a game that's being played with you right now. Trump is now reversed. They've been marches going on since George Floyd. Let me put my glasses on while I'm doing this tapping. There has been marches going on since George Floyd. He had nothing to say. We have had I don't know how many shootings and choking out since George Floyd. He has nothing to say. White militia are now coming out, and now we're about law and order. Now he's like, oh, we could come into Oshkonosha and handle this in 15 minutes. Yet he didn't find any of that necessary in Atlanta. He didn't find any of that necessary in New York. He didn't find any of that. All of this stuff he can do if only he asked. All the uprising, all of the death and mayhem. If you let Biden be president, all of this is going to happen. No, bro. It's happening now. It's happening now under this administration, and the jiu-jitsu mental game is on. There is so many. There's so many coons on television right now. I can't even. I can't. I'm at the. This is Coon Watch. He is literally, people are of color are being paid to come on TV on different channels and give you some kind of bullcrap about why this man. I don't know if somebody farts in your face and tells you that it's roses and you know that smells like sugar honey iced tea. I'm not quite sure if you need an interpretation on what the hell roses smell like, if you've ever smelled roses. How are you over here, artists? So I'm right now, I'm tagging. But there's mind jiu-jitsu going on right now. There's 90 different crazy behind nonsense that we could go. We could go with, how about Mueller he never saw Trump's taxes. How about this is, as soon as I finish tagging, I got to do this thing quick. Because I need you guys to stay out of the white noise, and literally white noise. I had in my inbox, because some people, they send me messages, in real time, like, my regulars, you guys send me messages in real time. And normally I may or may not have glasses on, so I will answer you in real time. I've had some messages that come in my box over the last few days because I have been talking about how many Latinos, Latinx, were at the convention, how many transgenders are at the convention, of all colors, and their argument is every single time there is an issue that affects us, we embrace everyone else, and then in the end they get the advantage and we are still left behind. Now I people send me inboxes, that means they don't want to me to say their names, and that's fine, and I said that I would still speak on the subject because everybody, hi, what's this, Micah 3241. So I'm trying to do quick tag on everybody today because I need you to get out of the mind jiu-jitsu that they're playing. You're being distracted right now. You got white folks rolling around in pickup trucks with guns and nothing is being said. You have a peaceful march and an old 70-year-old white man gets called an Antifa. We are not, but these white folks with Trump flags on the back of their trucks are running around with shotguns. Nobody is saying anything. and they are patriots. This is, I told you this is going to be on. So I'm tagging. Somebody got to tell me, is there a faster way to do this? I group everybody in the group and do one tag, because this one tapping thing, it gets on my daggone nerves. But I want to make sure that my circle, you know, I need each one of you to just forward this to one person. I got through the emotions of losing our Black Panther. I did do a correction. Somebody said that he was an alpha. I've spoken to some alphas and said he hung with a lot of alphas. He was in the alpha circle, but as far as they know, and they would know, they went to Howard. I can tell you, everybody at Howard, if you're AKA, alpha, anything, if you went to Howard, everybody knows who pledged. But I put up a post because there was a post that he was in Alpha Nu, which is Howard's alpha chapter. But that, you know, as I said, I don't do the rest in peace, but wherever the life that Chadwick Boseman left, a legacy in 42 years that some people who live, you know, for far, far more, double the amount of time in Hollywood, do not make this kind of impact, or will not make this kind of impact that young man has made. His legacy will go down. His face will go down in history, in comic books forever, with his face as the Black Panther. Before that, the Black Panther had no face. You looked at Thurgood Marshall, you looked at Jackie Robinson, and I think it was on Jackie Robinson's birthday or something, the day that he died. I know it was a pivotal day in the life of Jackie Robinson. I saw his children on the news. I was showing the guys, you guys who weren't watching, they actually blocked me after I showed you live. I was showing the fight, the in-fight live, and then they blocked it. So if you didn't watch it while I was showing it, you didn't see it. So, but this is that's one of the shows that I have put in my save movies, and it will be there for. Oh my God, I am so over this daggone tagging thing. Somebody got to tell me, there's got to be a better method to this tagging, because this absolutely takes up too much time of me looking to the side and not talking to you about significant information. And look, I'm going to do these, and right now, anybody else who's not in here, you're not going to be in here. What's up, fam? Let me see who's out there. What's up, John? Hey, Pamela, Whitney, Paulette, Angelique, Henry, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, yes, Jackie Robinson's birthday that Chadwick passed. Well, man, God is, that was deep. Hey, Sora. All right, let's get this nonsense started. Get out of the jitsu mind that's going on right now. Yeah, I wasn't coming back here. Y'all looked at me raggedy for 2 days. I had to beat this face today. I went into work, did my walk. I'm ready. They're playing with your heads right now. Right now, what Donald Trump is doing is basically scaring even white people who don't like Trump. He's making them believe that the black folks are coming to get you. That the Antifa and the black folks are coming to get you. It does not take a lot to scare white people. It doesn't take a lot. All they have to do is imagine in their minds what they did to black people, and imagine just for a minute black people doing that to them. The fear factor goes to 1,000. And that's what 45 is counting on. Michigan, which all during the march, all white people were like, Right now, they're scared. They're scared because 45 has realized the only way that I'm going to get these white people back is to scare them to death. All right? Scare them that we're coming in for their neighborhoods, we're burning down their towns. But if Biden gets in, they're taking. Remember, I said, if everything he said coming down that escalator with the Mexicans and the M13s, if all of that was going to happen, None of it happened. You put kids and families in cages for 2 years, and none of that has happened. No wall has been built, and nothing he said was going to happen has happened. Now, if you are the law and order, and that if Biden gets in, you're in order now. You're in power now. And this is happening while you're in power. So don't go into this mind jujitsu he's playing with you guys. This is the other thing. You all know that over 98% of black women voted Democrat. 98% of black women voted Democrat. I told you this is not a Democrat and Republican issue we have right here. This is a moral issue. But let me tell you, this goes out to all the Ian Burrows of the world, and all of you still trying to be Bernie Burns, or all of you still, all up in, yes, these youngins, that we want them to take over, but they got to take over with some knowledge, because you're losing your damn mind. Right now, in order to try to counter what 45 is doing and putting Biden in a box and saying that he's going to go left and all your guns are going to get taken. And while this man, there are 300 openings in California Post Office Department only. 300 openings. Another 400 or 500 openings in the New York City Post Office. They're not hiring postal workers. Drivers, all hiring of postal workers has stopped. The postal machines for sorting are dismantled. When asked, are they going to remantle them? No. The post boxes, drop boxes are being removed. Are they going to be replaced? No. 180,000 people are dead. We are not in most cities are not functioning. So the ability to be able to sort out who's dead, who's alive, who's in a hospital, what your conditions are, is impossible. So there are going to be ballots sent to people. 180,000 people is more people that has died in any war that America has ever been in only 6 months. From February, 6 months, we have lost more Americans than any war this country has ever had. In 6 months, under one president. In 6 months, we are not over in Iraq. This ain't no Iraqi war. We ain't in Vietnam. We're not fighting Russia. No, we are dying in America by a pandemic. 180,000 and a person being shot every damn day. This is under the present administration. You can't blame this on Obama. You can't blame this on nothing Bush did. You can't go back to George Washington, Lincoln, Madison. No. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. He's playing a jujitsu move on you black people. Okay? He wants you to believe. For all of you who AOC up, you all, left. I want free education. I want free school. Let's get in the office and then start talking about all that. That ain't going to be the fight. Right now, we don't need people believing some nonsense about the world's going to get taken over by Democrats. Every single negative thing, he doesn't specifically say a person. If the mayor of that town is a Democrat, it's because of the mayor. If the governor is Republican, that all they gotta do is call us. We can stop all the killing in 5 minutes. We can stop it. We can stop it. As long as white people are killing people, you can stop it. Black people march, and it's mayhem and chaos. White folks rolling around in pickup trucks with shotguns. Good people, they're great patriots. Remember if the son of bitches we were told to get off the field, remember we were sons of bitches in the football field, and all we were doing is one black man took a knee. And the world said that he is not a patriot. We find out that Mueller didn't even get all the information. This is what I want. This is how I want you guys to imagine what's going on. Let's say your supervisor at your job is sexually abusing you. But your supervisor's supervisor knows that he's sexually abusing you and is looking the other way. Who do you go to? That's a rhetorical question. The President of the United States is committing illegal acts that are clearly in the Constitution. The Hatch Act of speaking politics in governmental buildings, that shit is just wiped off. I don't know what they're going to do, because that has been just trampled on. Using the taxpayers' dollars to give him his own personal 4th of July over the skies of D.C., all of that is constitutionally illegal, but it got done. All right. So let me give you the mind jitsu that's going on. The President of the United States is the highest office in the United States. You're committing crimes. Who do you go to if the president is committing crimes? Attorney General Barr. Attorney General Barr doesn't know that he doesn't work for the president. The president does not have an in-house counsel right now. He has never hired an in-house counsel since he's had Barr. Why? Because Barr is playing see, unless you understand the Constitution, Barr is supposed to be the attorney for the people, just in case the president runs roughshod. But Barr has decided he's going to be the person who's committing sexual assault against you, who's screwing everybody. He is looking blind eye. So when you're saying, I'm being raped, the person that's supposed to come and save you is turning the other eye, like, get her harder. I don't know. And you know what? I can't stand when people call me when I'm talking. Now, this is what we have going on. And let me put my glasses on real quick to see who's saying what. A Republican politician that missing a financial 17-year-old shooter. I already talked about the 17-year-old shooter. Hi, Johnny. What's up, Sora? I love the information that you sent me. This is what we're talking about. They're pretending this boy, he doesn't have license to drive. He doesn't have license to drive, but don't get me off. Let me get you back to what I'm saying. You have people that you keep hearing that you have people who get sneakily given evidence, who are anonymously telling you what's going on in the justice system. You know that Barr was trying to fire as many people as he could. People don't have to leak if they know that the boss is going to do something about it. People are leaking information because they're in the middle and watching everybody getting screwed, and their boss is perpetuating the screwing. I mean, I'm using the vernacular that may sound a little ratchet because this is ratchet. The only reason why you have people that are trying to get information that he call it leaking, it's not leaking. They don't know where else to give the information to, because the person who they should be giving it to is allowing the illegal acts to go on. And what they're trying to do is fire as many people or not hire anybody at all. In the meantime, they're trying to do mind jujitsu on you to scare all the white people that have come to see a black man get killed. All of a sudden, it's now, we done calm down. It's become we have allowed some of the craziest nonsense to become normal in this country. We watched a black man killed in slow motion. We stomped and ran and did everything we could for about 4 weeks. We find out Breonna Taylor, Aubrey. I was there at the march all weekend, and I stayed 2 extra days to get some mind thing going on. And while we are now thinking that they're listening, Trump is putting fear among the white people who were like, I don't know how I voted for this immoral man, but if it's going to come down to my life and my safety and my kids, and they're going to burn down my house and my neighborhood, I will deal with that rather, and even at the cost of Black people living and dying. Fear is very powerful. And let me tell you one more thing. And this goes out to every Black man or Latino man that hears my voice, or whoever you give this to. 16% of Black men voted for Trump. I want to let you hear that again. 16% of Black men in America voted for Trump. I didn't even get to how many Hispanics. This thing knows how to blink out every time I'm saying something important. 16% of Black men voted for Trump. And I need you to marinate on that, because I had my sound down, because it's been a whole shitload of Black men coons on this television today. I mean, they are, I don't know what Trump done ran up their rectums, but they are going, I don't understand. Black men. Now, you got Candace Owens. They had Omarosa for a while, but they see Omarosa, she thought she was in. This is the other thing. I watched, I have so much in my mind right now, I don't even know where to start. I watched a repeat of one of the recent shows, and they repeated it for a reason, of Mary Trump. Mary Trump says that in her family, specifically, I think it was Whoopi asked her, when Trump used the word nigger, who did he normally use it to? And Mary Trump looked very perplexed. She was like, whoever the Black person was, nigger was just attached. That was how we talked in our house. Now, she doesn't have to say that. She said that's how Black people, if you were referring to a Black people, oh, that nigga so-and-so, yeah, that nigga so, that was regular talk. Mary Trump is only 55. When their grandfather was living, she said they could not have a Black friend. They could not bring Black people over their house. They had a cousin, one of the Trump nephews, who was sick. I want you to hear this, because this is beyond humane. He was sick. He had a Black friend. The family owns everything. Trump runs everything that all of his brothers and sisters have. And before that, their father ran everything that all their brothers and sisters have, all of their grandchildren. Everything in that family is run and owned and distributed by one man. So nobody this girl is doing yeomanship. She's just throwing all of her chips where they may. This cousin was not allowed to get health insurance by the family because he had a Black friend. I need you to understand what kind of races we have right now. I don't care what your political views or whatever you think you're going to get. There could be nothing more important than your morals of life. If this man, who I told you paid for his brother his brother Robert's funeral, it wasn't no funeral. They had somebody say a couple of words, had the casket in the White House, and then sent him off to the 6 foot under wherever he was buried. Barry Trump and the other sister, Christine, whatever her name is, none of them came to the funeral. Can I tell you again? None of them came to the funeral. It was in the White House. Okay? And even though this was Mary, the niece, and she got the brother, whose name is Robert, they weren't invited to the funeral. Their father, Robert, who died because he was an alcoholic, because their father told him he wasn't worth anything. He went into the military. They were like, I told you that Donald Jr. wanted to join the military, and he said, if you want to join the military, you want to go into ROTC, you're going to get cut off from the family. That's what happened to Fred Trump, the brother. And that's how he became an alcoholic. When he died, none of them came to his funeral. Not Donald. At that time, he was married to Ivanka and the mother. None of them. I don't know if you understand the mentality of these are people who are supposed to be millionaires, billionaires, that give you, like Mary Trump said that they gave her a shoe for Christmas that belonged to Ivana, but only one shoe. But it was a gold shoe, and Donald said, "Oh, that's beautiful." And they put candy inside of a shoe, not a plastic shoe, not a replica, a real shoe. Put candy in it, an old shoe. I mean, I know it sounds kiki hee hee. No, this is some sick people. This is some storytelling kind of like a story you made up. If you did not have this girl actually saying this is the kind of family that she comes with, you would think that, oh, come on, this can't be real. This is ridiculous. No, it's not. This man has no moral compass whatsoever. And Bill Barr is allowing him to run roughshod. They are going after every Democratic governor, every Democratic mayor, every black woman. I don't know if you noticed this one thing. They erased Kamala. Go back. Because I didn't watch Trump's his acceptance speech, but you know everybody went over it. They figured this is what they're going to do. She's married to a white man, so you can't call her racist. She has no children. She went to a historical black college, so you can't say she's not black. Her daddy's Jamaican, her mother is Indian, and you know they're East Indian, so. What you gonna do? So they done got out of. So what they decided that they're going to do is pretend that she doesn't exist. When he gave his acceptance speech, he talked about Biden being connected to the left of Bernie. All he talked about was Biden and Bernie, Biden and Bernie, Biden and Bernie. He never mentioned Kamala's name. So what they're going to do is attempt to erase a black woman. See, the best way you can get at Trump is to just pretend that he doesn't exist. The best way they're going to try to get around white women and him saying some ratchetness about a woman is to pretend Kamala does not exist. So I watched clips. Then I said, all right, let me go and watch this full speech, because it was hours and hours of absolute fucking nonsense, to be honest. He never mentions her name. Not once. You would have thought that Bernie Sanders was the VP. So get your mind out of the jujitsu that's going on. This whole confusion that they're trying to put together so that you are getting angry. I want to tell you, black people, that I understand that there are some Hispanics, and if your feelings are hurt, then don't look at me, look at yourself, because there are some Hispanics who ain't never ever backed up nothing that had to do with black people. Now you're jumping on the gravy train. That's just fact. I'm not here to insult anybody. I'm not here. Cubans, you are Spanish at will. That's you see. We have never had this opportunity to jump back and forth, and I'm just giving you reality. And Brenda Rivera, I love her. Felix Lopez, I love you. Catalyst, I mean, I have love for my Latino community, but we cannot deny. There are a lot of Hispanic groups who can float in easily with white folks and be white. You got Ted Cruz over there. You got Rubio over there. They ain't acting like they Spanish. They acting like they white. So unless you from Spain, that's Spanish. If you're not from Spain, that's where you get the word Hispanic. Because you're from Spain, they're going to say you're Spanish. If you're from a South America or you're from a Caribbean island and you speak Spanish, you Hispanic. I don't know. See, that's why. See, y'all got to understand these little differences. So, because if you're Spanish, you're white. You're from Spain. If you're Hispanic, you're from South America. You just got invaded by Spain. Hispanics got invaded by Spain, and thus they speak Spanish. You feel me? You got South Africa, and I put in Google the original name of South Africa is in Africa. It ain't. South is a direction. Nguni was the name of that area. South Africa is a direction. It's not a name. But the Dutch will have you believe that there was not a name on that country until they invaded it in the 1400s. I wear this African necklace on my neck to let you understand. And that the Ankh, which is the Egyptian cross, that means life for a reason. Because those of you who already, understand the culture, I don't have to explain this to you. There is a need to get you focused. You 16% of black men who voted for Trump, I'm going to be seeking your asses out. And I'm going to be outing your names. And all the people who ain't got nothing else to do but sit on the internet and send crazy stuff to your posts, I'm going to make sure they know who you are. I ain't got time to do all that. But I will make sure that they know who you are. And you Spanish people that are just jumping on the gravy train now because you already know that they can rape your ass and put you in boxes and then send you on your way pregnant with babies by people that ain't even known, or let you die, or let you clean up. You done already picked their fields and clean their houses and worked in Trump's kitchen, and now they letting you go and clean up hospitals with no PPE and giving you coronavirus, then sending your ass back over to South America, where Brazil is already, half of the country is being decimated with COVID-19. The kids that they're letting out had COVID. What do you think they were going to do? They are living in boxes in Texas in heat that's already wrapped up in aluminum foil. But, I'm almost like, do I have enough time to worry about the kids at the border? Because I got to worry about my kid in freaking Florida, where Santos is playing back and forth with whether they're going to open schools or not open schools. And people's running around with no damn PPE on. My daughter's running around looking like a Martian because she got to have on her shield, her glasses, her mask, all that. And all of her friends. Because me and their mamas, they got mamas from South Africa, mamas from Australia, mamas from England, mamas from DC, and where's the other? And then her white girlfriend, or two white girlfriends are from South Carolina. But they know if I see any of y'all and in them pictures, and when they go to the gym, they got every other treadmill. Look, I'm on it as best as I can in another state. But while I'm talking to you guys, you gotta do what you gotta do for your kids. But this election, you better start ringing the bell, because we also thought Hillary was up too, and then y'all lost your minds of believing that Hillary was had sex trafficking over in Haiti, and the Haitians was losing their mind. Every Haitian I know hates the Clintons. Like, really, Haiti, really? And so this white man gonna give you that much, that you hate Hillary that much? How you like you now when he called you a shithole country? But y'all were worried about whether Hillary was and you know what? This ain't Hillary. This ain't Hillary. Okay? I'm gonna get off here because I don't even. You could go on TV and just listen to the ratchetness. Listen to how many leaks are going to the House of Representatives because people inside of the White House who they can't afford to lose their job, but they also want to let you know that the illegality that's going on in there, and Bill Barr, who's supposed to be the person to catch the illegality, ain't doing shit. He is watching you get screwed and saying, pump them harder. That's what he's doing. I see somebody saying something. I saw the interview. He said it's going to be one perceived as strong or weak. Trump is idiot. We know that he's an idiot, but the fact is, even a broken clock is right once a day. Idiot or not, if you could tell me how 16% of black men thought it was under any circumstances that Trump was a choice, anything can happen. All he needs to do right now is what Ian was doing, saying that Kamala is anti-black, that he's choosing between the two. Black people, we are our worst effing enemies. Do not get yourself caught up in this mind jujitsu that they doing. Please. We will be looking up here in November and asking ourselves like we did. I'm telling you, I was bawling crying. I'm going to tell you, I was bawling crying when Hillary lost. I literally, because I know, for those of you who ain't from New York and New Jersey, we already knew who Trump was. And I'm finding out he's more ratchet than we even knew. We knew he was an actor trying to, all he had was you fired. I mean, he gets off on his own self. This man talked in monotone voice for 2 hours and people sat on the front of the American Washington White House lawn and listened to him talk like that for 2 hours about himself and how great he is with no damn PPE on. Shut down the white noise. You Hispanic people, if you are here and you really here and you really want some justice, take your ass to vote. And I don't give a damn where you were dropped off, what country you got invaded. If your ass ain't from Spain, you ain't you ain't white, okay? You're not white. Because the natives over there in South America were Indians. They were invaded by Spain. You're not white. Go do your blood test. You're not white. You're not Caucasoid. Anybody who got any brown in their skin whatsoever, you vote for these people, you mentally ill. And you need a psychiatrist. I can't help you. But any coon check, I'm checking you off and I'm naming your names and I'm going to let the youngins who do all of that going on your pages and acting crazy, I'm putting your name out there and let them go over there and do that. I ain't got time to do that. All I need to do is talk to the grown folks. But I know enough youngins who float through my page. Like I said, I don't friend youngins. Youngins come in for the intellect. They send me inbox messages and, I will answer their questions. And one of their questions was about the Hispanics and are they Hispanics really, are they in or only in right now to get what they can get off of this black gravy train? Off this Black Lives Matter that now trans lives matter, and they still getting it in. They're still getting it in, and we can't separate because it's black trans. But let's be honest. I'm putting it out there, and I know that there's all kinds of people going to have all kinds of things to say. If you decided you want to, something in your heart, in your head, I'm not telling people that you don't feel what you're feeling. If you black, I don't care what's in between your legs. I don't need to know that you're a transgender. I don't even care if you're white and you're transgender. I don't need to know none of that. If you're going to vote. He already said what he feels about gays and lesbians. He stopped that shit first thing he came in and stopped gays and lesbians in the military, and yet you still got the log cabin Republicans, which are the gay Republicans, still supporting this man. So the conversation about your sexual preferences is really not I ain't got to do with that. If you're going to vote. I don't need to know. if you're gay. I don't need to know if you're transsexual, bisexual, trisexual, whatever sexual you are. That's between you and God. I don't need to know all that. If you're going to do the right thing and vote, just vote. I don't need an announcement of what your sexual preferences is. I mean, I don't know when that start being, look, I done seen some transgenders over this last 3 weeks that if you didn't tell me that they used to be boys, I wouldn't even, you got that going on. You need to go ahead and just keep it moving, because if I can't tell you are a man, and these black transgenders, man, I don't know what they're doing. Getting Adam's apples going. They got bodies like banging. I don't know. Look, I done seen some transgenders that look better. Look, I think I look good. I be like, damn. But I don't need to know all that. I don't know when we start talking about your sexual preferences. Just like Billy Graham's son, you running around watching little boys screw your wife while you sitting there drinking brown liquor, and then you call yourself a preacher? Man, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why there was a time there was a separation between church and state. Now church is the goddamn state. And I really hate to put them into 2 words. We always discuss politics in the black church. But when the white man didn't, when they knew we was discussing it in the church, it was separation, church and state, separation, church and state. Now, evangelicals come in, all of a sudden, that whole separation, church and state don't mean jack. See, if it benefits them, it don't exist anymore. All the laws and the Constitution, the Hatch Act, all of these things that are going thrown out the window, it don't matter if it's benefiting their position. So I'm going to stop talking for today. Look, this is what I got to tell you. Your asses better vote. You better vote, and I'm telling you, your life does depend on it. Because if he can let 180,000 people die and pretend that it's not happening, they're trying to accelerate a vaccine. The CDC says that a vaccine normally takes 3 to 7 years. How long did it take for people to stop dying like flies from AIDS? Ask yourself. How long did it take? Ebola never made it here, but I swear to goodness, I don't know how it disappeared somehow. After an American got it, President Obama was in office. Look, I'm not asking no questions, but it seemed like every African in Africa was dying from Ebola till an American got it, and all of a sudden, poof, no Ebola, no SARS. What? I don't know. That's under President Obama, but I know Ebola stopped when that shit hit an American. I'm just saying. This one here, he killing Americans. And if he gets in office, he's going to be the person who determines what kind of vaccine going in your vein. Oh, hell no. So what you're going to either die from COVID, because one of the administrators said, and one of the White House administrators said, well, everybody's going to get it eventually. That's your attitude? We're all going to get it eventually? No, we all don't have to get it. We all didn't have to get it at all. We all going to get it eventually. And you really are comfortable with a man who let 180,000 people die. Also, look, he says he wants to use the research from China to pass some drug in America. Our FDA ain't never used no research from no other country to determine whether we're gonna get no vaccine up in our veins. You're talking about shooting something up in people's bodies. Now, black people, we know how they experimented on us on Tuskegee. So I'm not about to take no damn vaccine that that y'all gonna speed up a vaccine when they already said that it takes years to do a vaccine, and we just got something last month, and you talking about it's gonna be by the end of the year, and y'all gonna let them shoot something up in your vein or in your kid's vein? Or we die? Or we all gonna get it anyway? Man, I don't even understand why I'm even having to come on here and act like a crazy woman when y'all got a crazy man that is about to get y'all shot up with some drugs that y'all don't even know if going to kill you, make you worse than you are. Y'all better look back at a Tuskegee. You better look back at Tuskegee. And for white folks that don't know, they gave us syphilis and gonorrhea and see how fast we can die. How fast, what are the different things that happens to your body as you try to fight a disease? And giving us placebo for other, oh man, they gave us all kinds of stuff. And I'm not even going to tell you all of the kind of gynecological shit that they did on black women. Or when they used to sterilize black women who went to prison. Sterilize. You ain't ever having no babies. If somebody said you was crazy because black men get shot, black women, if you did something to protect you and your family, they put you in a mental hospital. They used to use electrodes on our heads and brains and shit. I mean, man, I don't even need to tell you the different kinds of ways they used to experiment on black people. But you're going to be an experiment if you let this fool get back in this office because y'all playing mind jitsu with these goddamn Republicans. And this cracker is trying to kill every last one of us. And any white person who wants to support Black lives, he trying to kill your ass too. So if you may not be in the cracker that I'm talking about, but that one right there, yeah. Call me whatever you want to call me right now, because right now I never use the word hate. Because I find hate and love are two very, very powerful words. And if you don't mean it, don't say it. Hate is a very, 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 very deep-seated emotion. Hate can control you mentally. And if you sit in it too long, it can change you. That's why you see me acting a fool. I hate this man. It's at this point. And I am asking God to get that out of me. That's where I am, because I know he's trying to kill me and mine. And that means all of you and yours. And any white person or Spanish person or Asian person or any person that believes that Black Lives Matter, if you believe Black Lives Matter, he's coming after you too. He don't care. Those people that died in Oshkonosha, those are white people. Those are white people that were out there. There was a white man who had 2 kids and a wife. His wife was out there with him. They got shot. Ain't nobody saying their names because they weren't black, but they still got shot. They got shot by a little white boy, 17 years old, whose mama drove him from Illinois because he ain't old enough to drive, who gets water and gets to have conversation, walking down the street with an AK-47, but yet you walk down the street with a can of tea, iced tea, a telephone, cell phone, any phone, earbuds, your ass gets shot. You get laying in your bed as a black woman, you get shot. When they go to that boy's house, they rang his goddamn doorbell. They rang his doorbell and invited him outside. They didn't do no Breonna Taylor on his house. And they know he killed 3 people. He killed 3 white people. I'm gonna get off here because my brain drain is a little over the top. Y'all can listen if you want to, or you can pretend that this is not happening. Black Panther ain't here to save us, and we ain't got no Wakanda to go to. My heart bled. See Chadwick Boseman die at 42. I wish we had a Wakanda to go to, because I would be up and out of this mofo as fast as I could on the first thing flying to Wakanda. Trust me. Trust me, if there was a Wakanda to go to and I had a King T'Challa, I would be up and out of here. No. Black Panther ain't coming to help us, honey. The king is an ancestor now. Far too soon. But even that was just a character. that in our minds we wanted to look to believe that what the world already knew. You stole kings and queens. And you played mind games and made us believe that we were slaves. No, you enslaved us. We weren't born slaves. You enslaved us. That's the word you use. I'm nobody's slave. And I know that the Black Panther ain't coming to save us. We ain't gonna have no hero at the end of the day. Every hero is either listening to me right now and gonna have your black ass, white ass, Spanish ass, whatever your color your ass, it better be at the voting poll on November the 3rd. And you better be hitting that D on every damn body, on Senate, Democrat. It better be everybody on that list better be a Democrat. I don't give a damn what your prior preferences have been. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say right now. I'm seriously, this ain't no game. Right now, they're trying to figure out how they're gonna kill you with a drug and how they're gonna make white women as scared as they can be. And you damn black ass male coons over there, 16% voting for this crack ass cracker that don't give a shit about your existence. And you gonna still back that fool up? Not on my watch. I'm gonna be that bitch ass nigga ass girl that they gonna call me all kinds of names on. I know what they're gonna call me on that. I live for you to call me names, because see, I define me. You can't insult me. Ain't enough words you can insult me. Last night my cousin, which is a bishop, Jerome Hubbard is my first cousin. His daddy, my mom, and brothers, sisters, and I know my cousin is a bishop. I got my uncle is a bishop. All of his sons are pastors. I got a whole family of ministers and bishops and pastors, both Muslim and Christian. I am a believer of God, and God knows that my mama died. She transitioned saying the 27th Psalm. Until that bell said, I was there when she took her last breath on Psalms. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of thy enemy. Thou anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Let us dwell together, people, because Satan is running roughshod in the White House.